money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Look at me, hey, I had these couple gals. I had to throw them away, man. All I do is spend up all my money. And then they leave me when I broke, right? Now they gone, right? I can't deal with that, man. Friday want to see movie. Saturday sit in salon. Sunday won't go to church with another brand new church dress on. $2,000 a time. She tell me, baby, what's yours is mine. Atlanta send me home. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, gone, gone. She done spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Hey, what is coming to me bad, man? Hey, look here. I know she's dealing with bad. Take up all my money, spend it up, and leave me alone. Man, I can't deal with that. Shouldn't waste my money on web. Should've gone to Courtney Loop. Now we sitting in court. She got the house in the boat. Say what? Brand new government job. I got. She treat me good and all of that. Now I can't get no overtime. She gone, she gone, she gone, gone, gone. She done spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Hey, nah, nah. Nana boy, Nana boy, Nana boy, Nana, Nana boy, Nana boy. She walk around me. She gone down the road by Billy Bobby. Went to take my trash outside. Billy riding in my Lexus. She live out and she won't move out west. Baby man, that's too much stress. Woman pack up her teens and gone. She gone, she gone, gone, gone. She done spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Man, look here, hey. It's over for me now. Look at me bad, man. Bad. Do me in, you know. She want Gucci this and Louis that. All she eating is out back. Man, I tellin' she only plain close. That's my pocket fat. I big and bleed and bleed and big. Hard to get some things and go. Woman care so bad. Pocket things and carry my bank book. She gone with my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, gone, gone. She done spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone, she gone, she gone, 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 gone. Spend up all my money.
I have a dream where the powerful and the powerless will sit at the same table, where the haves will see the have-nots, not as burdens, but as brothers, where class will not divide us, but conviction will unite us. I have a dream that the oligarchs will remember we must all eat, that the brown-faced neo-colonialists will remember who they are and whose they are. I have a dream that fraternities will build beyond internal architecture into a national bond, that the walls of design will give way to the bridges of brotherhood, not a fraternity of symbol, but a brotherhood of substance. I have a dream that we remain focused, that we stay in our conviction and remain fearless, that we double down, fortified, to return this Bahamaland to the foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, it is. Bodies in the street. I went kind of early. I suppose I was there around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I didn't see a good showing of the Free National Movement. And, as time progressed, they were there. Listen, can I confess something? Honest to God truth. Okay? Honest to God truth. I didn't have my truck today. I had to get something fixed on my truck. So I didn't have my truck today. I had to catch a ride with my wife. So I had to be ready, and I threw on one shirt just to be able to move out, and I carry this shirt with me. And so the shirt that I had on was yellow. I couldn't come with the truck. I couldn't come with the car. I said, Jesus, if I come out here with a yellow shirt, what you doing? No, I said, no. But I took some pictures and everything like that. It's a beautiful day. And grateful to be able to see those guys out there. Friday, October 31st. A lot of you guys consider this day Halloween, as it based upon the culture and tradition and repetition that you've been able to see. But over the years, I think some persons have been able to come to clarity within themselves and say, we're not going to be able to celebrate ghosts and ghouls and goblins. We want to be able to take our time to be able to celebrate God. And so they just have like Hallelujah night at some churches and whatnot. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your church is doing. But I continue to be able to pray for all of you guys. I don't know. I see some things happening today I didn't like. My wife say, well, you always, she cussed me for it. But you need to have career day on Halloween, eh? You don't need a disguise to dress up. Little children shouldn't participate in that. Let their parents do that at their house. You, as a government entity, specifically, as a government entity, you should not be participating on this particular day with any affiliation with changing these children from their attire. You could do that before or after, but on this day, parents ain't into that. Just be decent. Everybody ain't into it. I just want to be decent. Tell me when my guy's on and we could be able to jam, eh? He's not on? All right, I'm waiting for him to, my guys to be able to get on. I want to talk about a couple of things out there. And it's an exciting thing, man. We're waiting on you, brother. It's an exciting thing to be able to be out here and jam with you in this election time and election season. Hey! I love it. I enjoy it. Oh, God. Election time, election season, and we're out here being able to talk like this. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. And I'm excited to be here with you to talk about these things. I want to show you a couple photos and some stuff. Do you have anything? All right. Was it too fast? Did I? Okay, good. Yeah, I want to show them some photos and some stuff of what's happening out there. In the city, took some photos today. Rode up and down the constituency of Golden Isles, right? And this is the Coalition of Independence. Took some pictures of the Coalition of Independence today. They came out in full force playing all their Christian music. This is the third truck, I think, with the music on it like this for the Progressive Liberal Party. They have some great stuff set up. This is the Coalition of Independence just before the Anatole Rogers School. As they stand out there, they were there bright and early, excited, jubilant, and really being able to speak about their candidate, Brian Rowe, and what their expectations is of him. This is the PLP being able to come down, right? The PLP's coming down, and I thought that this was crazy, right? The PLP's coming down. What's that road called? Faith Avenue, right? Faith Avenue South. And just being able to see them in the road. And you wouldn't understand the enormity of it if you only see the right side. But as I was sitting there and just kind of filming people, because I tell you, I couldn't even open my window. The window didn't even tint properly. I couldn't open my window. I had all this yellow shirt on. They think I come here with them. I say, Jesus, let me don't open up this window, right? But they're out here and being able to do so. Well, that's interesting. A drill horn gun, right? And so I just filmed this, and like I said, when you see the enormity of it, when you see the span of it, when you see them on, coming down the street, standing behind each other like that, it's an amazing thing. They got everything laid out in this sort of a space, and they're working and making some things happen like that. All right, and then you see coming in the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister. Yeah, bonsoir. All right, you got the Prime Minister. Right, look at I just was being nosy, so I dropped the camera. I said, "Oh, geez, let me pay here." I ain't paying attention. You got the cabinet ministers. You got everybody out there. I'm telling you, boy, this ain't gonna be no easy task, an easy feat. Not for them. They're just gonna have to be able to really work and make some things happen. So they had all the ATVs out. They had everything out, right? And this is it. This is it, right? Boom. And so that's that. Did I send him some? When I was leaving, because I stayed a little while. When I was leaving, I saw some. I took some still shots of the Free National Movement. Did I send that to you? I didn't send it to you. Let me send it to him right now. I took some still shots with the Free National Movement when I was leaving. And you could be able to see that setup there. Let me just fix the photos, okay? Yeah, I am in the people business. He's telling me I'm all in the people business. I am in their business. All right? Their business is our business now. They take it from their council and they bring it out to the public. It becomes our business. It ain't their business no more. It's our business. And so it's interesting. All right? So that's, I just sent some stuff for him for the Free National Movement. I took still shots. I saw Marvin Dames. I saw Peter Turnquest. I saw Branzel Roll. Just in passing. Right? I didn't stop and see. Just in passing, I saw these guys. Marvin Dames, like I said, I did say that. Who else did I see today? That was What's Up. That's What's Up. That's What's Up, all right? So it was interesting, man, to be able to see those persons out today, the exuberance that actually happened out there. I think as I was coming here, the COI contested or took a certain position indicating that their supporters weren't able to go into the nomination space with their candidate. And they say, well, that's not fair. The PLP was able to do it. We just want a fair and balanced election. Let me show you some pictures. Okay. He's on there? Okay. We're going to be able to come to you in 2 seconds so we can be able to jam. Yeah, guys. Great things are happening out there. I'm excited, man. I am truly excited to be able to see these things. And nomination day, racing day, it's racing day. Racing day, it's, I don't know if you ever watched the Backyardigans. It's not paper chasing day. Today's the day we race. Yeah, and they're off. Out to these particular things. Quick sprint to November 24th. We got 25 days before we can be able to get this thing done. I saw some humongous billboards, not just the billboards going up, the streets being paved. I've been out there this morning. The streets are being paved. I said, whoa! Boy, Darren Pickstock is something else. Who's this here? Okay, let me show you the pictures of the Free National Movement. All right, so this is the Free National Movement. Being able to show you these things. These are still shots. This is Dr. Dwayne Sands. He passed me. I don't know who these people are, right? these are the shots that they have here going on, and I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that they have their bus, and so they came out in what appeared to be full force, right? Their numbers, can I just be honest? It pales in comparison to what we're seeing on the street with the yellow and gold, but they're out there and they're supporting their candidate. I suppose after I left, because you could see that I was leaving as they was coming in. And when I saw some stuff from Eyewitness News, when I saw some stuff from the other news outlets, that there was sort of the FNM was just standing out, and they said greeting the PLP as the PLP drove past in their celebratory kind of a mode and being able to do those things, right? So that's what it is. And this is an exciting time, man. I'm telling you, this is an exciting time. I am excited. I'm excited to be able to see exactly what's what. Okay, we got Adrian on. Adrian. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be able to introduce you to the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Adrian Francis. Adrian, what's up with you, my brother? Everything good?
Oh, it's more of a myth.
I can't hear you. Check your
My,
audio, Adrian. Can you hear me? Check your audio. Turn up your phone. Turn up your mic.
she come right now. 1 second.
Check out the option. Make sure your mic is on and everything like that. I can't hear you. Look at the options. You should be able to see something for the microphone. Hello, assistant. How are you? I hope you're well. Give me a thumbs up, right? Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. All right, good. All right, so if you can hear me, I should be able to hear you. Look right in the options. You should be able to see something. Volume, click on that, and we could be able to take it from there. It's on now.
You're amazing, man. You're trying to decide who have the most crowd at a by-election.
Yeah. So who do you think, AJ? Did you go there today?
I didn't go today. You have to bear in mind I have another life.
Oh, you do? I thought the only thing that mattered at this time was politics. I didn't know that we had something else to do.
For the most part, that is true. Politics is life.
It is. So what do you make of this,
Politics is
Adrian? Talk to me. What do you make about this? I'm seeing that there's 4 candidates. I see that Brian Roll is out for the COI. Brian Brown is out for the Free National Movement, and Halkitis. I'm not Halkitis. I'm Darren Pickstock.
Picky. Listen, I told you yesterday that the greater challenge that you're going to have is distinguishing the Bryans.
We ain't trying Brian. Right off. We ain't trying Brian. You see that I tell you, let's be giving it. We ain't gonna try Brian. Yeah, we ain't trying Brian. Yeah, you gotta do that. No Brian.
Lincoln Bean, there's something going around with Lincoln.
Lincoln Bean he condemned Brian Roll. He condemned Brian Roll. It's too much Bryans.
So many Bryans.
It's too much Bryans.
I told you that would be the issue where they would not be able to distinguish the Bryant.
You ain't got to just pick Picky. Pick Picky. We ain't trying Brian. Pick Picky.
Pick Picky. No, we're not trying Brian.
That's it. We ain't trying Brian. This is going to be exciting, man. This is going to be an exciting time, man. I could feel the electricity beaming out of Golden Isles. Everybody is excited about it. I see the entire constituency. I don't know if you rode the constituency when you go to that, when you turn that deep curve going west on Carmichael, you could start to see after you pass Gladstone Road. The road then dig up and they paving simultaneously. People are out there. They're making some things happen. I just saw something with Darren Pickstock the other day, being able to pave Spikenard. Hey, some things are happening out there. Things are happening out there.
This is the best time to get what you want if you're getting what you need. And so now I am the challenge that the Free National Movement have is whether you're going to run on your record. Interestingly enough, the person who represented that constituency represented that place for the PLP and the FNM in the last 2 iterations of the electoral process. So Vaughan Miller was really in charge of that constituency for the last 10 years prior to Michael Alquidas. And so Vaughan Miller was an FNM. He won by 1,800 votes. then he won by 676 votes under the PLP. Now the drop off is amazing because if you won by 1,300 votes under the Free National Movement under Dr. Menace, and then you won under Brave at 676 votes under Brave, that's a major drop off.
Mhm.
And the reality is the PLP are running on their record, not on one Miller's performance. They're running on the record of Brave Davis, and that's going to be the issue. Of course, you have the agitator in Lincoln Bain and the COI. They're the agitators, and they're going to decide whether or not they're going to be spoilers. I gave you 600 votes for the COI. I may have to revisit the 600 maybe in another day or two. I'll come down.
From you tell me you got to revisit it. You already didn't know.
No, I'm coming down 35 because one of the things I heard last evening was there's a major Haitian population vote in that community. See, one thing would be I do my homework, I do my adjustment, and there's a mild hatred for Haitians toward
From the
Lincoln,
COI.
from the COI.
I had someone tell me that anytime they look at the COI, all they could see is racist and xenophobia. They're looking at the COI and they see racism and xenophobia. This is just what they're telling me. And I say, no, I can't believe that's just what you see it.
Can you turn that light on for me, please? Or
So
turn the money on?
there's a level of dislike and disregard for these people. This is an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I don't buy into the fact that xenophobia and I don't buy into that. That is xenophobia and I don't buy into that. I'm on there. So one of my partners came in. I'm on there. You leaving or you eating it?
I did what I can, so yeah, and pack. And the first get back, so yeah.
Yeah, we need to hear all your business.
But xenophobia conversation simply because at the end of the day, right, there is a level of sovereign conversation being had with COI. Sometimes it comes across as frustration, comes across as bitterness. But the truth is, most of the COI came out of Sovereign Bahamas. They came out of the organization that I spearheaded.
Yeah.
And one of the things we said when it came to the illegal immigration populations, you can't come through the back door and get front door benefits. There are a lot of persons who came through the back door and they want all the benefits of being here in the Bahamas. That was our conversation. It was not so much though that I think some of it has switched where there's a hatred for that community, and it's not so much hating anyone; it's letting them know how much you love your country.
So do
And
you
one of the
believe
things-
during your time and your stead in terms of being able to lead Sovereign Bahamas, you showed up on the back road, you've identified those particular things right there on Cowpen, you were talking about those things there, you led sort of the protests against these particular things,
course.
against illegal migrants, and the occupation thereof, right?
I went to Bay Street. I went to Bay Street with Jews and Indians and all the other boys. Mexicans were on Bay Street doing foolishness also. So
Yes, I know.
I don't. I went against the Chinese living up in the food store. They carried about 20 Chinese and sent them back to China. I went to the Haitian embassy where the Haitian ambassador at the time was selling marriages, and I told him to carry his backside out of my country. It had nothing to do with me hating anyone. It's me loving my country.
But I'm
You don't
asking
come in-
you, has it evolved into a level of disdain and hatred that is it palpable now?
Yeah, I think sometimes it comes across as that. If you talk to anyone or you disagree with anyone from COI on any issue, they turn it into a weird venom that I think is so unpalatable. And it's crazy because
You should be on our side. It should be us against them kind of posture.
that's it. I lived out nasty pictures put it on me from that crew. I lived out all kinds of stuff put it on me simply because if you're not with me, I can destroy you. I lived that up. And so for me, I put my mother out of this country for 5 months because of that. She almost died based on some things they did to me. I live with the fact that I wear my big boy shorts. So it don't make no sense you coming after me. I be ignore it. If you try to put something on me, it slips off. And so the reality is this, right? I always tell people if my penis was small, they would have never put it on.
Oh Jesus,
So
Adrian,
no,
Adrian, where we going
listen,
with this?
I owe now, man. But the COI becomes sometimes they become very venomous. And the things they try to put it on you or try to destroy you, they doctor picture, they say all kind of things about you. But the truth is, Lincoln being how he has a place to play in all of this. And anybody who believes that he does not, they are crazy. What Lincoln
Lincoln
Bean has
Bean is he's doing his part. He's there now. He's doing his
that's right,
part.
that's right. He's doing
He's
his
playing
part.
he's doing his part. Now, what I believe is going to happen. Now, I can take your 600 that you give me, right, for potentially for the Free National Movement, and I can take that away from Brian Brown. I can take that away from Brian Brown. So if Brian rolled, if
You're taking it from. You're going to take it from Brian Brown, not Brian Road.
I can take
Now,
it from Brian Brown. We can take it from the F&M then. Let's do it like that. I can take these
Okay.
600 from the F&M. If we can give 600 to the COI, it only could come from the F&M. PLPs don't go outside. They stay at home. They stay at home, right? And so if you're going to see any extraction, any depletion, anything taken away, it will be taken away from the Free National Movement. This may not have been the best time for the Free National Movement after this inconsistency, after this kind of a uncertainty like the paper talked about, after all these particular things. It may not be the best time for the Free National Movement to made a decision in the 11th hour to be able to place the candidate to the forefront. They had a poll showing today. This is just for me. This is just me. I just riding out there. They had a poll showing today. They're going to give you this sort of this generic concept of enthusiasm. It's not. Hold on, let me see this. Walking on cow pen. Jesus Christ Almighty Lord. Hold on. Put this on the page. Put it. Oh. Right.
I mean,
He's showing me people they walk in cow pen now. This the PLP got the place black. Black. It may not have been the best idea. Let me tell you why. I listened to Fred Mitchell today. I don't know if you listened to Fred Mitchell thing this month. He do his little quick thing. I listened to Fred Mitchell thing today, right? And Fred Mitchell started to talk about whatever exchange that he and Michael Pintard had in the House of Assembly. And then he said that Michael Pintard knows that he needs to be able to show himself well, that he's a playwright. And this is the last play before the big dance. And if he does not perform well this time, he's done. This is what he said in so many words. And so when I thought about this, and I said, because I said this yesterday, that Michael Pintard know that this is a referendum on his leadership. And Brian Brown know that he ain't gonna get as much chance as Dwayne Sands has gotten for the Free National Movement. If he is done now, he could forget about the general election. Talk to me.
You have two politicians at work in this situation. One is the chairman of the Free National Movement, and Dr. Dwayne Sands, who has now proven himself as a quality politician. He's a tremendous human being, a tremendous heart specialist, my good friend, my dear friend. And then you have Michael Pintard, who's also a 35-year-old friend of mine. And so you have persons who have been in my life in some capacity for a very long time. One of the things that we have to always remember, like I think I may have said this to you, whenever you change position in life, you have to acquire a new skill. And Michael Pintard is really a lifelong politician. He's always been a very astute young man when it comes to speaking to young people. Michael has been in this game for a very long time. Don't let nobody fool you. What Michael has not been for a very long time is the leader of a political party, especially a major political party. I think the last 2 years, 3 years for Michael Pintard has been a period of separating persons who are part of one group. And that has not been well for him because the Dr. Minnis syndrome and that kind of thing. Michael is trying to unite from all conversations I've had with him, trying to unite the Free National Movement, but he was challenged because Dr. Minnis already had a faction. And so the Dr. Minnis faction versus you got people like Candace Scott, who was a part of the Free National Movement under Dr. Minnis. She's now supporting the Progressive Labour Party. You have persons like Richard Johnson and Omar Archer and the rest of them. All those guys are now supporting these are activists who are now supporting Brave Davis and the PLP. So Michael tried his best to do whatever according to him. But the challenge that Michael have is the F&M was more split than they were united in the last couple of years. Now coming together now, he's making the FNM in his own image. But as he acquired the skill as leader to bring about some kind of a force, that's the question. Are people going to vote for the FNM just based on their base?
Me, I would
Or-
stretch out something with you.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk. We got time. Just relax. Let's talk. I want to stretch this out because I'm not looking for justification. I'm just looking for explanation. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, something you said that resonated with me and made sense. Michael is seeking to make the FNM in his own image. This is what I believe leadership should
Yes.
do. This is
Yes.
what we understand the spirit of leadership is. You carry the spirit of your leader. Okay?
Yes.
And there's sort of an idea, even if you don't know, I said it yesterday, that Bahamian people may not necessarily be able to put their finger on something, but they could respond in their spirit. They say, my spirit take to this, my spirit don't take to this ain't register with me, so forth and so on. So that leadership element that you're talking about, the spirit of a leader and the spirit that you sort of emanate throughout the body, and he's trying to be able to make it in his own image, has not necessarily resonated, not just yet. Because of the turbulence, we accept that. Because of the turbulence, because of the infractions, because of the things that's happening there. But what could also happen is, and you know this, is that anything with more than one head is a monster.
That's a freak. That's a freak.
Okay? Okay, so let's call it a freak. It is freakishly abnormal to be able to identify the leadership that was and that you truly respected that take us to victory, and the new leader that has not been proven. This sort of juxtapose, this butting of the heads, in my view, can cause prolonged division, prolonged tribulation in the organization. And I believe that that's what we're seeing in the Free National Movement right now. Mike is doing everything. And that's what I said to people. I said, I've watched Mike over the years, him and Shivago. I watched them over the years. I listened to them talk to young people. I was one of the young people that was a part of that. I believe that politics had a place for me because I see them. Because the Free National Movement showed me these guys. And when I saw them as they're young, they're looking young and fresh. They didn't have no bunch of gray hair like these other old man. And I said, wow, that means that there could be a place for us. Now, Mike has transitioned into the leadership capacity. But the leadership capacity that existed prior has not transitioned out fully. Talk to me.
Yeah, sometimes you get leadership by default. And if all persons lose their seat, then you could end up in a situation like you have to choose between Adrian White, who ain't nobody can ever choose for no leadership, not in this lifetime. The only good thing with Adrian White is his first name, Adrian Gibson.
It might be his last name too. You need to stop. Adrian is my friend. Go ahead.
Well, listen, my only problem with Adrian White was they couldn't let him get him out the house that day. All the clothes come out.
What? You should leave him. You should have leave him right there.
At least them say you was too heavy.
Yeah, but
Anyhow.
I know they couldn't move me. I stand right here, right?
Well, Adrian White was heavy, and then he moved his hand. He almost slapped me with his hand. And he moved his hand like that. I would have hit him one bitch slap. Anyhow, it's Adrian White, Adrian Gibson. So who you going to choose? Adrian White, Adrian Gibson, Shenandoah Cartwright, Crazy Thompson, Aram Lewis, and Dr. Hubert Minute. So everything ended up back in Frederick Michael Hand. I prophesied to him that he was going to be the last man standing. He was going to be the leader. I prophesied that to him, and so done. The challenge is that he ended up being what is called a quorum leader, not a quality leader. He was the leader by small numbers, not by chosen. When he went to convention, then he became the chosen one because he took on Dr. Menace in convention. He put a cut up on Dr. Menace. Michael Pintat have a challenge. Whatever you think, he wasn't chosen by convention.
You don't want to get in a conversation with me. I didn't tell you the red phone was hot. You remember Lyndon Pidley used to talk about this red phone? It's the red phone, right? The fellas telling me, say, Howard, when you see that red phone hit him, the red phone was hot. And listen now, all of Adrian now, Shivago cuss me for this and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Shivago, your brother, cuss me. And I said, MCMs called me and they show me Hubert Ingram called me and asked me to support his man. I said, wow. At least 10 of them tell me this. I said, wow. So I know some calls was going out. Now, Michael won, and we can't take that from him. I will not take the victory from Michael and try to diminish it in any way. But my only point is to go back to what we're saying. Because of the efforts of leadership of old, it may feel as though we have an established position and we don't have to necessarily leave the stage. And so him in this particular capacity and position, and being able to continue to support in the way that he has, maybe he feel like, okay, I got to stay here and this is what needs to be done. Talk to me.
People are afraid to do is say, I think Mena said it, the Ingram era is over. People are afraid to say that. But one of the things that you have when you have established politicians like Obama and Clinton and the rest of them, because they've developed such large following and cult following, you can't take new wine and put in old wine skin. Bible said because it will tear or it'll burst the bottle. Why would you want the wine to waste? Why would you want to destroy the bottle? You want to preserve both of them. Both have something to offer. You have history and you have destiny. The wine is destiny. The skin or the bottle is history. You want to be able to take some concept from a Hubert Menace, but
Absolutely.
it has to do it without motives.
Absolutely.
It has to be without motive. And Mr. Ingram has something to offer. The question is, all of the historical leaders like Obama and them, they wanted Biden and Kamala Harris who couldn't spell cat. Just a lead. Kamala Harris, if you bring something from the moon, you come from coconut trees, and maybe you can get a waste candidate in the world than Kamala Harris. But
Sarah Palin was better than her. Sarah Palin was better than her. And we know Sarah Palin was out there.
Listen, Kamala Harris have to be the worst candidate ever offered for any kind of position in the history of the world. The challenge is Michael Pintard have to decide where he's going to get his counsel from. Are you going to get it from Dr. Menace? Are you getting it from Hubert Ingram? Because that is the history. Are you going to go back to the FNN Foundation, which is Jimmy Shepard, Cecil Wallace Whitfield? Are you going to call Sir Auburn?
Maurice Moore.
Maurice Moore, who are you going to call to get the history? Because the FNM is now being built without a history. That's the challenge. The PLP goes to that sometime, and then they swing all the way back to their history. If the PLP continues in the direction they're in without Glenn and Santa Martin, who's the last of the Mohicans, then they're going to lose the foundation of what the PLP is all about. Brave Davis have some understanding of it. So Brave Davis and Fred Mitchell, Fred Mitchell is a quasi-PLP, but now he's an established PLP. And so you have to ensure that, for the most part, you keep the foundation. Michael Pintard have to make the FNM into his own image. This is a real test for him. Golden.
This is and I think it's a difficult thing. I think that he is viewing even the scrutiny socially as a challenge, and people being able to oppose his leadership position and not understanding that this is a part of the job. That all of us are out here not necessarily seeking to be able to dismantle him.
You're from Western 8 Mile Rock. How well did he do in the by-election when Obi died?
How well what?
How well did Michael Pintard do in the by-election for Obi's death?
Well, I can tell you the honest to God truth. When I looked at it, looking at the enormity of who Obi Wilshcombe was, we know Obi long time. Know Obi long time, right? My uncles love Obi like their brother. They cry like a bunch of girls. Oh God, they love Obi like a brother, right?
Yeah, I cry like a gal.
Right? They love Obi so bad. They say, man, Obi used to play ball with us in the Crushers and this and that and all these things like that.
Yeah.
And I said, for the sake of the community, if I was the Free National Movement, I wouldn't run. Hubert Ingram said the same damn thing. And it only spilled out in the paper. And Hubert said, well, this was a conversation between you and I, but when Michael or whoever said it from the council floor, you know it can come out to us. When they said it to the council floor of the Free National Movement, all of a sudden the thing ended up in the newspaper. It ended up in the newspaper. But I still stood by the fact that the Free National Movement should not have run. And I guarantee you that even though the men and women who would have stood behind Michael Pintard and say, well, my chief, if you say we can, then leader, we can with you. But them same people after defeat said, strike one on his ass. Not in a bad way, strike one.
Yeah.
And now you're going again, even with the presentation of reluctance. What's going to happen is strike two. Because this scene look like this gearing up for no victory in my mind. Sorry, as I look at this. This scene look like this is...
1 second now. I want to ask a young lady who sits inside my office a question. She's not going to answer. She's not going to speak loud. I want to ask her a quick question about the two by-election, because I think I know presumably what the answer is going to be. Do you know who ran in the by-election in Grand Bahama? Answer is no. Do you know who's running in the by-election coming up in Golden Isles? Answer is no. If our answer is no, that's a deficit in our entire country on young people because they're divorced from this process. They don't give a damn. They don't care. You know what young people want? A young lady like her, she wants a good-looking fella. She wants some good money who can communicate.
Boy. Good-looking fella. That's the top of the list. Good-looking fella. And he can't be broke. He needs to have somebody.
What would you do with a broke man? She said nothing. What'd you say?
She find an unemployment line for him. That's what she do.
She go to the Department of Labor. Girls are tired of catching the bus with these boys to go to the movies, man.
You got to go to the matinee. You can't even go to the late show.
Yeah, you can get home. But no, very seriously, Michael Pintard, I was amazed at a link up that the PLP had the other night, the amount of persons who are young persons who are the link up. It blew my mind. I left early, but it was inundated with tons of young persons. I don't know what the PLP is using to gather all of these young persons, and I don't think it was a payout situation, paying people to come. I don't think so.
Well, how you can have all that money? That's a lot of money.
How do you
The
get young
PLP has
persons?
shown significant. Okay, from Labor Day, when the leadership of the PLP, the chairman of the PLP, indicated that we were going to be able to test the strength of our organization and our readiness for the general election. From Labor Day, when they had would look like 6,000-7,000 people on the road, book out. The Free National Movement were indifferent with it. We're not going to be wearing our political colors and whatnot. You should wear your colors, right? The Free National Movement was indifferent with it. The labor institutions, the labor parties were indifferent with it and being able to identify these things. The PLP didn't care. The road was book out. Every event since then, they have had a good showing of young people. And I believe that all of us have learned from our past, that you ain't just have a bunch of young people around here drinking and being able to gallivant and have a good time. You got to be registered, you got to be ready to go, and you got to be able to vote.
Yeah,
And so I believe that the PLP is doing what they have to do.
Let's get to the by-election. Who's going to win it based on numbers? Let's get to this so I can get back to the reality of how I make money. Because I know you make a good sum of money. You can see how small I am compared to how thick you are. You make a good sum of money.
I eat grass. I eat grass. This is the shepherd needle.
Well, I'll tell you. Since you eat grass, I must look like I smoke grass.
No. No smoking.
No, listen, man.
So let's talk about this then. Let's get into it. Let's look at it. We're looking at the candidates.
Yes.
Look at the candidates. The candidates that's being proposed right now, who's been ratified, who's been nominated already and presented themselves accordingly, has been Brian Rowe for the COI, has been Brian Bain for the Free National Movement, has been Darren Pickstock for Brian Brown. Jesus Christ, it's too much Brian. Brian Brown. Okay, Brown and Roll, and then Darren Pickstock. Me and trying Brian, right? So Darren Pickstock for the Progressive Liberal Party, right? And I think that there was a fourth person who put their name out there. Let me look and see if I can be able to pull up that information. But I didn't see that person nominating today. I didn't see any presentation to say that this person would be available today. All right. But as I look at this, as we deduce and break down those numbers and identify what we have to identify, I come to the conclusion in my mind of mine, in my heart of hearts, that Darren Pickstock seemed to be able to have the edge. Talk to me.
I think the government machinery has the edge, and no matter how you try to pretty it up to say that Darren Pickstock would have the edge based on what he's doing on the road, where you're paving the road and all that kind of stuff, but Darren Pickstock behind him is the government's machinery. He had behind him the longest standing institution in this country's history, called the Progressive Liberal Party. What he has behind him is a lot of experience. And you have Michael Alkides, who would have represented that area. You have persons who've been in that area for a very long time, like the Keith Bells and the Carmichael, and that constituency had been adjusting for a very long time. But Pickstock have, in essence, also some experience being inside the Senate. He's a senator, and so he also has some political experience debating already. And so for the most part, his name is out there. Now, when you say you're not trying Brian, even Lincoln Bain can't get Brian's name right.
Is it true?
And so he can't get his name right. And so what has Brian done? Lincoln Bain said Brian Rule has done nothing for that community. He said Brian Rule. He said,
that's his candidate. That's his candidate.
He said, we don't even know who Brian Rule is.
That's his candidate.
And that's, interesting enough. I thought it's kind of funny because when you think about it,
He ain't lying.
no one knows who he is. But it's sad that he would say it. And
next, we have to talk about the F&M candidate, and he is Brian Rule. Now, I hear some persons saying that Brian Rule stayed in the community for 9 years, that he didn't close his office, he was doing some of this stuff for the kids, etc., so he needs a chance. We have to stop lowering our expectations. We have to. Brian Rule has not stood up.
I thought he would correct himself.
One. No issues in Golden Isles did he stand up for. I want you to think about that. Think about that. Think about the issues that you've had. And think, did you ever hear from Brian Rule?
Jesus God, he called the man name but 5 times already. And nobody behind the camera say, you mean Brian Brown?
For the people? Think about that. He was a lousy candidate. And he will continue to be a lousy MP if you allow him. I'm not here to speak negatively about these persons, I'm talking about their public record. The man has not done anything to stand up and fight for the people of Golden Isles. Yes, he can go and ask Brent Simonette for a couple of dollars to do some stuff for the kids. Come on, man. We need real representation. We don't need to vote for Brian Rule because a vote for Brian Rule is voting for the F&M that failed us already.
This man would
happen. Brent Simonette, all over.
He called his own. Nobody behind the camera. See, this is the crazy thing. The people who holding the camera standing there watching him, they say, no, you mean Brian Brown. Nobody say nothing.
That's because all of them are clowns. To record it is one thing. For it to get out is another. Even with Brian Rule name being said. If you have people recording that's one thing. To not correct you is another. But for it to get out, that tells you that it's a clown show.
And you ain't even retract it. You won't even take it out. You won't even delete it.
The last time Lincoln was this stupid was when Charlotte had the headache. When they asked her all them questions at the stage as the chairman of COI, and she couldn't answer no question. I have to apologize to Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris could not. She just talked a bunch of but Charlotte going on the stage. I'm sorry, Kamala. Charlotte going on the stage. They asked her one question about same-sex marriage, and she almost dead. And so Charlotte, Lincoln comes back a couple weeks later, said nobody know how hard Charlotte was working. So, but that entire day, she tried to take one for the team and go on the stage anyhow, and she had a migraine. If you ask a woman a question, a simple question, and she get a migraine, I know I can't say that. She had a migraine.
But the woman said she had a migraine.
Yeah, she had a migraine.
She said she had a migraine.
She ain't had a grain of common sense. And that was hers. It was her grain of common sense that was missing. Not a migraine. She's a blonde. This situation here, that's blonde and blondiga. Stop demanding quality from people who don't make no sense. How did that get out?
The nation demands quality, though.
How did that get out?
Whoever is presenting themselves for leadership has to be pulled through the lens of whether or not they are qualified.
Come on, man. Lincoln left Pinewood Gardens to go to West Grand Bahama to be a representative.
I thought it was a poor move. That was a poor move.
How bad could you want to get to Parliament?
That was a poor move. But he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it this time. It seems like he's learned from his mistakes.
No, he ain't learned nothing. He ain't learned a damn thing. The only thing is, West Grand Bahama embarrassed us. He wouldn't even take a chance of doing it. He ain't learned nothing. You can tell by the way he speaks.
I could tell you.
Have you heard Aram Lewis speak from COI recently?
I haven't. No. I think that I saw something that he does on Sundays. I think I saw Aram at one or two of those things, but I haven't. For a long time I have not seen him. No, I haven't seen him.
Have you heard MacGyver?
No, I haven't.
Who have you heard?
Lincoln.
That's a Lincoln show. And people
you know who else I hear? But I have to go on their own platform. Kai Mills. But Kai Mills has his own platform. He has his own presentation. He has his own thing.
It's not a party. If you give them cake, ice cream, and soda, they wouldn't know damn party.
Yeah, but even the name is oxymoronic. The independence indicates that there is division. But the coalition.
The whole thing was established in my building. And when they came in the building.
You got to take some kind of you got to take some blame for this too. You then say they come out of the sovereign Bahamas.
The deficiencies on there. This whole idea comes from Kendall Colbrook, the late Casey X, who died. Kendall Colbrook said, if we run as independents and if an independent win, then we can come together and formulate a coalition type government. That's Kendall Colbrook's thoughts. You go and you steal it, and you come with a thing called coalition of independents. You steal it. I came up with, I am the revolution. You come and you start something called the evolution. Someone starts something called potential church. You change it to purpose church. So every time someone comes with something, yes, Southern Bahamas. So he comes with this whole thing. Simply because at the end of the day, the fella never had an idea that was his. And so now you have the burden.
There's a lot of allegations you're putting on there. You know, he can call me on this.
No. Listen, I am the foundation, buddy. I mean, I'm not your show, but I am the foundation. And so all I'm saying to them is this. Lincoln is right, but Lincoln is wrong. He is right with so much of his messages. The challenge is no one trusts the messenger.
Yeah, but this is so even you yourself is saying to me throughout the course of this conversation, we started off the conversation yesterday on a high point about the possibility of being able to see 600 votes for the COI. Yeah. I can't see that happening. If Lincoln don't know the who Brian Roll is, hold on. Lincoln don't know who Brian Roll is. The cameraman behind in the front of Lincoln don't know who Brian Roll is. The people on the side of the cameraman in the front of Lincoln don't know who Brian Roll is. Lincoln called Brian Roll name almost 10 times in this very short interview, and no one correct him yet. Brian Roll might have been standing right there and don't know he talking about his own self. You understand? Yes. And as we see this, we see an infraction.
Lincoln Maine ain't pay the woman the money. What do you owe? The $67,000. What they say the court fees are going up to about $100,000 now. He ain't pay the woman. And the people who follow Lincoln Bain are on steroids. They said that it was a mistake and the woman got to get over it. Not Lincoln. The people who follow this guy are on steroids angrily. They justify his errors. The challenge is, I do believe that there's a cadre of folks out there who don't care what Lincoln did. They're going to vote because they're angry. That's the hundreds of people who will follow, who will vote. They're angry. Well, they say, well, the woman is accusing Lincoln of being a malfeasance. Well, the PLP and the FNM are thieves. That's their justification.
Well, Michael Pintard is not doing anything to be he fueling the fans, because from he whispered to Lincoln and say, you can't keep a woman and you can't keep an apartment. Oh, come on, man. You helping them.
I wouldn't have said that to him because
Why he do that?
He could keep a woman, just not the wife. But
First and foremost, you can't keep no woman. None of us can keep woman. If the woman ain't what, you can hold her down and staple her there. If the woman ain't want to be up, she could go.
I'll tie you up in the house.
Hold on. The views and opinions of this. Everybody views.
No, the truth is, it became a tit for tat that was unprofessional. But the reality is that we're discussing the opposition. Philip Brave Davis, my friend, has become almost a Pinland type in our country. It's hard to beat him on the ground.
Will he carry that momentum into the next general election?
And he's carrying it into the next general election. No one is going to vote for Fixstock. No one. No one is going to vote for Fixstock. They're going to vote for the PLP and they're going to vote for Brave Davis. No one voted for Jobette Kobe Davis.
Not the first
They
go
voted
round.
for the PLP. No one voted for her to be in Parliament.
But now she can get them votes. She's done enough.
I think she has personality enough, and I think she's done enough.
Yeah.
The challenge is this: going into election, can you stand without the brand? And the challenge is most people can't stand without the brand. There isn't one politician outside the public, Glennis man, who can actually run independent in this country and still win. They need the brand. All these people are subjects in front of great backdrops. And the challenge is Brave Davis.
Well, our good friend Halson Moultrie, he felt that significantly after he stepped down from the seat, after he would have challenged Dr. Minnis the way that he did, after he presented himself and went back as an independent, he didn't get all the 15 votes.
Thanks for coming. The challenge is Ali Moultrie is like anybody else in this town. Anybody who feels Bremwood Wells is about to run independent outside of the FNM, Dr. Minnis, I think, is going to do extremely well as an independent. But I don't see where Doc will win the seat. But I also see where you think he'll win the seat.
Yeah.
If Doc wins the seat, he comes back as the leader of the FNM.
Of course, that's the whole idea. That's why he's never. Okay, so let's talk about this. And I like how we talk politics. Dr. Minnis has never renounced or denounced the Free National Movement. Anytime you ask him, you say, are you going to run as an independent? I will be there. Are you going to run as an independent, Dr. Minnis? I will be there. Are you going to run on the FNM ticket? I will be there. Anytime you ask him that. He understands that by denouncing himself in the position in the Free National Movement, that he could mess up the potential of what's happening in the future. Okay? In the event that they move the boundaries, and let's have this quick conversation. In the event that they move the boundaries from West End and they push it up further, let's talk about this now. They move the boundaries and they shift it up a little further in Grand Bahama, right? So they move the boundaries from West End, and so that means that more of Central Grand Bahama is going to be in West Grand Bahama, and then more, so they can move the boundaries, and so essentially all the constituencies potentially could be clipped just a bit. One or two polling divisions could be absorbed into those particular spaces. If that happens, Michael Pintard has a problem in Marco City. Okay? Michael Pintard has a problem in Marco City because they are going after brand, after the PLP. If the PLP does what they intend to do, if the airport is kicking, the hotel is kicking, and money start to flow on Grand Bahama, and things start happening, and attractions start to be able to happen, and the Prime Minister comes down there and talks about all these particular things, and people believe him and commit to this and give the PLP another chance, that could possibly mean the execution or the annihilation of Michael Pintard in his particular capacity. If Michael Pintard loses that seat, it leaves open a space for the leadership because it'll be a void. We do not know how Shannon Cartwright will do with this potential new seat that is going to be coming up, potentially Clifton. Okay? There's already conversations that's being had about the possibility of, and these are allegations, these are things that I heard. I talked to significant people. In a couple of weeks, I can tell you who I talked to. They tell me that Jamal Moss is looking for the nomination in St. Barnabas. And significant people who have this information, I don't talk to horseflies, I talk to horse, said to me, Howard, this is accurate information. So if Jamal Moss is going to St. Barnabas, and Shannon is possibly going to Clifton. Now we don't know how Shannon can fare in Clifton, and if Dwayne Sands is going to Bamboo Town, Dwayne Sands already lose. Boom. That ain't 2 days about that. Dwayne Sands lose. If you got Patricia DeVoe there and you got Renford Wells there, Dwayne Sands lose. Ain't no 2 ways about that. He can pick up some F&M loyalists, right? But he's not going to be able to carry the victory. So, boom, Papa got to kick in again, and they got to be able to do whatever they got to do and push political collateral behind him again, and he can be able to try to be able to lead from the Senate. The Free National Movement don't want nobody to lead from the Senate. But a victory for Dr. Minnis would place him right back in the position where they come back to him and say, Doc, we need you to be able to come back. And I believe that Dr. Minnis has his cards in that particular manner. That's why he's never made that pronouncement. Go ahead.
I love Dr. Minnis. The challenge is I think the country rejects Dr. Minnis. I believe he's going to win the seat because he's popular. Let me just take the food order quick. Okay. Let's put for your people.
Let me take a break. Let me take a quick break. When we get back, we can wrap it up so you can get back to your business.
Yeah, take a quick break and then we'll get back.
All right, guys, going to take a quick break. Going to be right back after this.
I'll be back, man. Look here, man. This woman has spent all my money on. Take up all my money. Hey, Nana. Nana, oi. Nana, oi. Nana, Nana, oi. Nana, oi. She done spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone. Hey, I had these couple gals. I had to throw them away, man. All I do is spend up all my money. And then they leave me when I broke, right? Now they gone, right? I can't deal with that, man. Friday wants me movie. Saturday sit in salon. Sunday won't go to church with another brand new church dress on. $2,000 a time. She tell me, baby, what's yours is mine. I'd like to send me home. Now she gone. She done spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone. Spend up all my money. Now she leave me broke. Now she gone.
Stand there acting shy. Walk on over here, boy, come give this here a try. love it. I won't give it all to you. Wrap your love around me, let me see you stick and move, stick and move.
Hey, this is your boy Casey, straight to straight. We going down Likely with this one.
Franklin shuffle, cause boy I in one mess. I doing the Franklin shuffle. Now I can't get no rest. I doing the Franklin shuffle. How I can get out this? I doing the Franklin shuffle. You might not have heard none like this before, but anyone could get university in Yamacraw. It's easy to get in and hard to get out. No matter how you push, scream, jump, kick and shout. Politicians get in trouble, they gon' do the Franklin shuffle. If pastor get in trouble, they gon' do the Franklin shuffle. Police them get in trouble, they gon' do the Franklin shuffle. If you get in trouble, you gon' do the Franklin shuffle. Franklin shuffle, cause boy I in one mess. Franklin shuffle, now I can get no rest. Franklin shuffle, how I can get out this. Franklin shuffle. This shuffle, this shuffle, this shuffle, this shuffle, this shuffle, what the shuffle, this shuffle, this shuffle. Hoping that you get bail and how much it can be, while everybody talking about you by the big tree. Bailiff standing by the court, ready to give bail. People standing all around, hope you go to jail. They hoping that you lose, to put you in the news. They standing by the court, so they can make reports.
That's him? Girl, I tell you, that's him. Can't be. Girl, that's him doing that Franklin shuffle. No, that ain't him. I'm telling you. He's a disgrace. A hot man. They should lost him in the gym. Head first and fuck hell.
Watching the police bus to see you go inside, so they can.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're doing our thing and jamming the way that we are. As soon as you get it, let me know. Listen, we're back. We're just talking a little politics today. We're here with Adrian Francis. Adrian is ordering a lunch or something like that. And hopefully he's back now, right? All right. Oh, what I sent you? No, from ZNES? Really? Oh, wow. So, really? ZNES Facebook page private? Wow, I didn't know that. So you can't download it. Can you play it directly from their page? Oh, okay, never mind. I'll play it from here, and I'll play it. So I'll play it from here, and I'll also play it so.
In the Golden Isles constituency to get ready, because this change is going to start with them. They are going to make history by putting the first third-party candidate in the House of Assembly. I feel very excited about today because I think today is a historic day for us in the Coalition of Independence. There are a lot of promises made during the election that were not fulfilled. And this is the problem that we're having overall in our country during times of campaign and election. Promises made to the people that are not fulfilled. The coalition is driven on policy, and our policy is about empowerment and ownership. And this is something different that we want to bring to our people and the nation at large.
That's Charlotte Green. She's the chairman of the Coalition of Independence. And she says that change will start with the constituents. And the constituents being able to make a good decision about these particular things. She seems to be coherent, and all of her faculties about her today. We're grateful for that. Just wanted to play that. I want to play that for you today. I won't play that for you. She seemed quite confident, capable, and articulate. I want to play that for you.
No, my grant.
No migraines today. She's good
Listen,
to go.
I think she carried us up a great department just now. I think what she said even makes sense. I think Charlotte, when Charlotte Place got into the movement kind of situation, I put her on the radio with me, and she was my co-host for a few of my shows. I was at Steve McKinney at the time. The potential the young lady have cannot be underestimated. I think sometimes what we miss is the time. The time to learn is not the time to earn. They're two different periods in life. And sometimes you could leave a church to go start your own church and not be ready. And sometimes that happens. And so you end up being an orphan son without being properly released. And I think Charlotte has got into a big boys game, big girls game, where imagine putting Charlotte Green on the same stage chairman of Dwayne Sands and or Fred Mitchell. Put her on the same debate stage with the two of them. I mean, I think I have to be careful how I say with Dwayne Sands. But Dwayne Sands will eat up. He will eat up. He'll spit out. As a matter of fact, to put her on the stage with Fred Mitchell, and that's child's play. She's breakfast, she's lunch, and snack. But it does not mean that what she's saying and what she believes by conviction. Now, if you put me on the stage with any of them for 10 seconds, they can't go toe-to-toe with me. None of them can. But it's because of the history and the time that I've spent in this game and the convictions that I have as a Bahamian.
Yeah, but that same principle have to be applied to Charlotte. Charlotte is brand new to this. Before you brought her on your show, before you did, I don't even know what the process was the COI went to be able to evaluate and identify these particular persons. If you give her some time, she has a nice face. She has great posture. She is representative of the true-born Bahamian woman. I like this. But it will take time. It will take time for her to develop and understand her position.
She's come a long way. And I think she's doing that interview just now speaks volumes to her growth and her development.
Yeah.
Lincoln, listen, with all the bad things that Lincoln is very good at marketing. And he's good at gab, except he lies a lot. But he could speak. And that's why I'm...
Sir, you stop talking about Lincoln today. Lincoln to call me and say, how would you let this man talk about it? Lincoln.
No, we talk about Charlotte. We talk about Charlotte and under Lincoln. She's learning the gift of gab, is what I'm saying, contextually. Now I hope she will learn his character flaws and things of lying. But he has the gift of gab. And so because he has the gift of gab, the Bible says the word fitly spoken is like golden apples on a silver tray. You have to know politics is being able to say the right thing at the right time to cause the right things to happen, right? Lincoln has a little bit of that, where he can actually speak for a long period of time to an audience. She's learning that under him. And so she's obviously improving. Now, when she had the migraine, it's like a migraine. Listen. And so, but that interview just was very, very good.
She's good.
She showed a great deportment.
There's some independent candidates that's actually running also. Let me let you watch one of these here. Go ahead.
My name is Craig Powell, and I think title meant employment. I'm retired now from the public service, 36 years at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
What made you want to come down here today and run as an independent candidate?
Well, really, I saw the need in the community for an effort to change things around, and one of the big inspirations I have is I wanted to create a motorbike Rama center for the young men in the constituency to ride their trail bikes. They call me Grandpa on a bike. I actually ride one of those things, to the surprisement of most of my friends. But I see there's an opportunity if they're allowed to congregate somewhere where there's a proper track with proper education and proper training, that we can get them off the streets and get them doing things that are constructive, that young men like I did when I was younger really enjoyed doing.
Now, we see that you're here by yourself. How was your process when you went in to put your bid in?
It was efficient, very efficient. They took me through the line and verified my documents.
Were you successful in your?
No, actually, there was a clinch in my documents, the presentation of my documents, which is a bit of a depression for me after making such an effort. And then, I woke up this morning very intrepid whether I was doing the right thing or not. But I guess it's been decided for me. But yeah, the documents themselves had a flaw.
And can you exactly say what that flaw was?
I didn't really want to. There was a legal issue whether the document was properly signed by the lawyer. Not signed, sorry. I'm going to say it's not signed. Whether the lawyer was authorized to sign that document. Let's put it that way.
So will you be contesting this constituency in 2026 since you were unsuccessful?
Well, I'm waiting for the day, actually. This was the dry run to see how well I'll be received, how well the Motorama will be received by the young men in the constituency. So I'm now going to go full speed out into creating this motorbike cycle center for motorbike riders. So yeah, that'll be the main stance that I take. There are other things I wanted to do as far as education, and one of the things I was working on before I decided to go on my own with Juan Miller was to create a community center that incorporated nursing, basketball, and one of the big sponsors wanted to have a cricket match. And there was an argument against that, but I told him as long as he provided 2 years of training for the young people, the cricket grass would not just grow up, they'll use it. So yeah, I really want to see a community center in Golden Isles. I think it could be the center of the island. It could be like the apex center of all the people in the area coming together.
Pull it back to me. All right, Craig Powell. Congratulations to you. It didn't sound like you nominated, though. It sounded like you was about to nominate, and you had issues with your documents.
He got papers mixed up. He didn't know whether or not. Anyway, I don't know what. I know Craig Powell. he got the papers mixed up. He didn't know whether or not he was supposed to. He didn't know what document he was supposed to bring. So,
Craig, hey, once you get this business, Craig said, "Well, I didn't really want to say it." But, oh, Craig, what happened? What happened?
I'll tell you who Craig Powell is. Craig Powell is the son of Edith Powell, who was the president of Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association for a very long time. She had a major real estate company in this town, major elite clients in real estate. They still do Powell's property management. He worked for his mom for a very long time. And so I know him a little bit. That's one of the things with being able to get a little older. I know a lot of people. And I never saw Craig Powell as a politician. But obviously
he's articulate, well-spoken, insightful. I like that. I like that.
Came from a very, very high middle-class family. His mom was very,
but he's
very
still ill-prepared. He's still ill-prepared, I guess. All right, so that's Craig Powell. The next person coming out, I want you to be able to see this, is Karen Butler.
Why did you decide to nominate today for the Golden Isles by-election?
Well, as a resident of Golden Isles, I find that it is important for us to have good representation. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
DNA.
This time, we're going to be different, and we're going to get a different result. Community in the Bahamas is drastically on the decline. I'm about making sure that the residents of Golden Isles and then the wider Bahamas benefits from my talent and skills of not only getting it done, but making it happen.
I know Karen. I know her, man. I saw her. Very good. I saw where she would have nominated. I saw where she showed some potential for it. I got two young ladies in my office. Maybe we need to just call their name out while I'm here, so that people could know that these people are disturbing you. This girl named Leo Shea is her name, and she's supposed to be in school. They kick her out of the school, and she's back in Nassau.
Praise God. That's a serious conversation to have, because a lot of persons are leaving the United States of America and back home.
I think she got kicked out. I just think she's doing the classes online.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know whether she could get back, but she got all kind of issues. I think she got dropped as a baby, and took them a while to pick her up.
Praise God.
But no, Karen Butler. Karen Butler is an interesting candidate. I think she's very, very smart, very articulate.
I just read something that say that she ran with the Free National Movement in 2012 for Tall Pines.
She did. Yes, she did. Very, very strong individual. The challenge that Karen has, and I think what she would have done in the past, she has some history. And I think Karen Butler can use this opportunity as another mainstream potential and possibility. If you're an aspirant and you do something on the ground as an aspirant and you are serious about politics, then you either picked up by the mainstream parties or you continue working until you find your way either in the Senate or in some capacity to be trusted. And so you cannot take the small steps and the steps that people are taking for granted. And so Karen Butler and also Greg Powell, let's not take for granted their efforts to share their desire to help lead our country or bring it back into place.
I like it, and I think it's admirable. I think I admire it, and I like the fact that they're willing to stand. And whether they have support behind them, we are more concerned about what exists in their heart. Even if it was a unique kind of position for Mr. Powell to be able to come up with the motorbike riders and being able to create that, I think that he's thinking about niche audiences, niche environments, niche communities, and being able to give formality to them and give them an opportunity to be able to express themselves. So I like that. I like the way that he's thinking, and I hope that he, coming from the Foreign Service and coming into the wider public, I hope that he doesn't leave that sort of a passion, and he finds a way to be able to assist right where he is. He said he was supposed to be working with Von Miller, but we know that Von Miller is no longer with us. So I'm hoping that he finds a way. And maybe he talk to whoever the candidate is that wins, for the constituency of Golden Eyes. Now, before we go, I just want to be able to say something. I thought about this morning, and as I was driving to the constituency and kind of being able to find my way here, I thought about this. What value would you have in Golden Isles by putting Brian Brown in? What value for the Free National Movement? What value would you have? Instant gratification that you're looking for, opportunities that you're looking for, change that you're looking for. What value can Brian Brown offer you as a wider community? I'm not talking about maybe he could buy a fridge, a microwave, a stove, or give you a couple of dollars individually. But I'm talking about what value can he bring to the community at large in the capacity of opposition in the House of Assembly. He frozen it. Adrian. Adrian, you're frozen. All right. Yeah, that's one of the questions that I have, Adrian. If you want to come back on, we can be able to pull you back on. It wouldn't be a problem. But that's just one of the questions that I have. What value does he have? What value can you get from Brian Brown in that particular capacity? You like Brian, and we like what he's doing, and we like the kind of commitment that he's made, and so forth and so on. We like his drive, his determination. We like these things. It's good stuff. But what real value can you get? Okay? We would have seen a clip the other day with Travis Robinson in the constituency of Fort Charlotte, saying that he's been sending letters for 2 years to get some roads patched and some things done. The night after nomination, it felt like, if it wasn't the actual night after the nomination for the constituency of Fort Charlotte, next thing you know, the road paved. They nominate Sebastian, and the next day the road was paved. Sabas is the candidate, the member of parliament, still there as a cabinet minister, member of parliament, cabinet minister, minister for immigration. And the next day after nomination, bop, after ratification, bop. Roads paved, things happening, green spaces coming up, all these things happening. And that ain't because Sabas uber rich. That's because he's uber connected. He's connected within the organization. I don't believe that he can spend his own money to do these things. If he did, okay. He can't be rich if he's using his money to do stupid things like this. I can take my money to go pave people road. No, that's foolish. The government of the Bahamas, we pay taxes for these things to get done. Now, unfortunately, the culture of this country is that we got to keep running behind you to do what we pay you to do. And because he's uber connected, he could make a call, and all of a sudden we're seeing things happen. That's all I'm saying to you. What can Brian Brown do in terms of providing us the instant gratification for transformation in our community? What can he do that'll take us to this position that we're feeling, we feel confident that we should give him an opportunity? Talk to me. What can he do? Come back, Adrian. Did you hear me ask that question?
No, I didn't hear the question. I only got the last piece of the question.
I asked, what can Brian Brown do in terms of providing us instant gratification in the event that he wins, Brian Brown, for the Free National Movement, in the event that he wins the constituency? What can he do in terms of providing us an opportunity for the body of the constituents in Golden Isles in comparison for the 1-2 things that he's doing for these particular persons?
This situation is a bit different from Obi Wills Kim situation in West Grand Bahama, in that it would have been crazy for them to vote for the FNM, and you have 2.5 years left for the PLP, or 3 years left for the PLP. To vote for any other candidate during that time would mean that you have 3 years of the PLP doing nothing for you if you're going to put somebody else in there. The question is, you have less than a year.
He still ain't gonna do nothing for you.
No, it doesn't. You can see. I remember they used to have this fellow who ran, a brown fellow who ran against Fred Mitchell one time in Fox Hill. Otis Brown was his name. And he going up to speak, and they said, "Otis Brown, come down, Otis Brown." And he was up speaking, he was lousy. And they started singing, "Otis Brown, come down." Brian Brown is in the very same situation. What can you guarantee these persons in Golden Isles that Picky's not doing right now in terms of the government's machinery?
And that's what I said. I gave an example, if you didn't hear. I gave an example. Almost it felt like the night after ratification for the Fort Charlotte constituency, after we would have seen Sayers. After we've seen Alfred Sayers stand up there, endorse Sabas get the ratification, stand up in this particular position. The next day, if it wasn't the next day, the road paved, green spaces going up, all these things happening in Fort Charlotte. And some people are coming on and saying, "Oh, that Sabas spent his own money." That would be stupid. He could never be rich if he keeps spending his money on these things. That doesn't make no sense.
He'll say rich. If you're making $90,000 a day, you'll be rich. But anyhow, that's a different story.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that because he's uber connected, he can get things done within the government.
It's influence. When Sabas showed big buses, somebody put on Facebook, "Travis needs to come with a plane." So
Travis, if he's a pilot, he might come with a plane, but only for one though. He plane for him. That's it.
Travis got to be your family. Travis, you see all the way Travis put on.
What do you mean he might be my family? Yeah, but Travis, he living good. Praise God.
You know what Travis did, right?
What are you eating?
Travis' nickname is Thickness.
Well, I don't know who calling him that, and I wouldn't be participating in that kind of thing.
He's Thickness now. That's an extra meal.
Well, I don't know whether or not he was in the Senate because they have 3 meats there. But listen, I don't know. Travis came on and he started to say, "I don't want y'all to think Sabas did this. We've been agitating and saying for 2 years now, come and pay." Hold on, Travis, you shouldn't have said that.
It's stupid, man.
You telling people you was asking them to do this for 2 years and they didn't do it. The night after the man get ratified, it done. And you can tell all of us, you do that.
I got to call and get it done quicker than that. I got Clay Sweet number. I got to call and get it done quicker than that.
2 years.
Yeah, no. Travis not going to be elected to Parliament, and in this constituency. It's unfortunate for him that he's taking on Sabas. I don't think he would want any help, but it's unfortunate that he's taking on Sabas, and Sabas got more money than
they sent me information and say Travis says that he is a giant slayer.
Yes, he is.
But he said, "I had slay giants."
Yeah. Listen, if Travis beats Sabas, and I predict this, if Travis beats Sabas as a giant slayer, the FNM will sweep the government. The FNM will landslide.
Hold on. Let's have a real conversation here, because you're saying some things, and I don't know if you got your prophetic cloak on, but I want you to understand some things here. The Bahamian people went against what they perceived to be the number boys. the Bahamian people stood up and said that as a result of what was happening in these particular areas, even though we just gamble, we don't want it to be legal. The legality only happened after Obi Wilshcombe, your guy, stood up and said, let the church be the church and let us do what the government has to do, in so many words. Okay? And so there is a sort of resentment that still exists with a lot of persons who would have voted against the number industry and the gaming industry, rather, and now seeing him being able to enter into frontline politics. A lot of persons are indifferent with that. So we can't just say right off the bat, Sabas can wipe out Travis.
Fort Charlotte runs into Grove West, right? It runs into Grove West and just a little bit beyond Grove West. Everybody else, if you come back center to Arawaki area and all of where it runs into Nassau Street by Bamboo Shack and all of that is Fort Charlotte, right? It borders Baintown. The persons who are going to vote in Fort Charlotte, they're not affluent. Those are persons who need help. Sabas is about to give them help. And then people who...
The affluence and the conviction, they don't necessarily have to be synonymous. If they have conviction, you ain't got to be affluent to have that.
I would limit days of hungry dog eat raw corn. I'm telling you what I've experienced in my culture with my people, right? Struggle got a price, buddy. Now, if your struggle don't have a price, I'll be to your funeral. Struggle got a price, and that's the epitome of our politics. Struggle have a price. Whether you like to believe it or not, you could be all the saint you want. A feast is made for laughter. Why make it life merry? But money answers all things. Now, that's Rupert Roberts. That's the cost of living. That's a light, a fridge, a stove. Sabas could bring in 2 containers of stoves, 40-foot containers. He could bring in, he could add to microwave and that.
All this is a bad look for Sabas. Even the idea is a bad look for Sabas.
This ain't no good, no look. This for getting elected. What you looking at? Stop looking. Bad look, good look.
Listen. The integrity. Remember this. Sabas is now okay. So we are in a position where we observe by the world. The United States of America is watching us. Our neighbors, left, right of us, are watching us. The decisions that we make in this country. If we allow this to happen, well, it's going to happen. It's already happened. And if the perception is what a lot of persons are afraid of. If that 40-foot trailer come with all kind of fridge and this and that, and to know that Sabas did that. Listen, if he does it under his independent entity, if he does it under Big Bang, if he does it under IL Cares, if he does it under these things, it's great stuff, right? But if he does it under the auspices of him as the candidate for the Progressive Liberal Party, that could be a stain on the entire organization. Because the conversation is going to go all the way back to 1987 and say, look at the corruption of the PLP. You ain't need that.
So you are talking about optic versus substance, or when you plug the fridge in and the light come on and you're going to take in the fridge.
You and I could do this, but you and I could look at the substance and say we want instant gratification. We don't care what happened later. But politics, which always goes on, politics.
You take it. I asked the young lady in my office if a politician buy her fridge and she don't have one, but she take it.
But damn it, I'll take the fridge too. But that means I voted for the people. That means I voted for you. I take a fridge now. I can eat that.
I come and get my fridge.
I coming from a fridge. Hey, you got my name. I come in with my passport and my voter's card for my fridge.
If I don't win, I put in the market second-hand fridge.
You can't say that because I vote for you. You don't know who I vote for. I vote for you.
No, I win. I didn't win. It's a game, mate. I didn't win. If I win, I come back here.
Sebastian can do that. Sebastian can do that. Only Leslie Miller can yuck up the toilet. That's it.
Listen, man, I'm only kidding, guys. I don't want y'all to take dead serious. The
No, but I
reality
say
is-
that to say, I say that to
Oh,
say
I
that.
understand.
I said it to say we still have the responsibility of ensuring that we could keep the optics in a particular manner.
You're right.
We got to keep
Yes,
everything
yes,
in this
the
box.
Here's the challenge the government have, and this is real, like it or not. Sebastian wins the seat in Fort Charlotte. Let's just say that he wins the seat in Fort Charlotte. He becomes a member of parliament for Fort Charlotte. That's $28,000 a year, unless there's some kind of financial reform when it comes to salary. He gets $28,000 a year for being an MP. What position then you then give him? Does to become a cabinet minister? That's when the zero, the zoom in, and everything else take place. Because now you have somebody in your cabinet. Whether you think he would have resigned from Brickell management or all the other, he wouldn't resign from Brickell, but from all the other things that he's doing, now you have somebody in your parliament that brings on the eye of best practice when it comes to the international community. OECD and all those different things now comes into practice. The reality is that how do you put this young man in your cabinet? You couldn't put Leslie up in your cabinet based on the fact that she's married to Leander Bryce.
Leslie,
so
your
now
husband
what
is
do you-
actively involved and a participant in these things.
And so, but now Sebastian resigned, quote unquote, from his company. So how do you now put him into your cabinet? And it brings on, now if Donald Trump was in president, you might be able to get it with Biden because Biden always sleeping. He got an auto pen. Donald Trump don't have no auto pen. Donald Trump wants the region. Any boat that leaves right now with ammunition and or drugs in it, he's dealing with you. You're not bringing a bunch of footage in America anymore. So at the same time, contextually, you have to understand that the United States government, who is the watchdog of the world, they'll be very concerned about Sebastian's position as a cabinet minister in the government of the Bahamas. That is not a far-fetched thought. I believe it's a legitimate thought, and so we have to be very, very cognizant of the fact that if I said this publicly, the reason why I would not have nominated Sabas is for that reason, and also I don't think it's a question that Brave Davis should have to answer going into the election every day. But Sabas have the right to nominate and to run and to become a member of parliament in our country. He has a right.
Also,
if there are convictions in this country where people have a conviction with Sabas as a number person becoming a politician, or they have a problem with gaming based on whatever Christie would have done or Obi would have done, this is where I differ with the church. You talking to the Lord. You speak out against Sabas as a gaming person and some of the things that you think he's doing to our community, but you don't speak out when there are new licenses being handed out for casinos in Paradise Island and everywhere else. The church picks its poison. They will jump up against homosexuals. Oh, sissy this and sissy that, sissy shit. But they will not come out and speak against things that
the homosexuality within the pulpit.
they got sissy pastors.
What? And one just gone to jail. A deacon had gone to jail the other day. Messing with the boy. It's the truth.
Why forget with that boy? He groomed that boy, and the boy did say no.
That's what
Jesus.
it is. If you want to look at the connection that we have locally and internationally, what about the Catholic Church who's moving into certain aspects of things and being able to have homosexual priests and fathers come to the forefront? This is a bending of the convictions that we know that exist in the Word of God.
Let me just say for the record on this show, I'm not gay. I don't approve of
thank you,
gayness
sir.
and homosexuality.
Thank you for
I
saying
don't
that, sir.
approve it. I don't believe you should go through the back door. I like front door entrance, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that
Well,
stuff.
thank you, sir. Thank you for your elaboration. We needed that.
Yeah, and no, I like sometimes you gotta confirm because they get these people on the DL, the BL, and they all L up.
The DL and the BL.
And the BL.
I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know what the DL. I don't know about the BL. I don't need to know. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir.
You want me to tell you what the BL is?
No. I don't want to know. I had enough. This is an overload of information for me today. It's too much, right?
Well,
But
listen, man,
somebody
you got-
texted and said, "Good afternoon, Howard Grant. And guest Sabas can invest $12 million in the campaign trail so he can do 6 things. Here are the 6 things that he could do in Fort Charlotte to benefit the constituency. 1, he could build a community center that costs $2 million. 2, he could construct a farmers market, farmers and fish flea market at the cost of $2 million. 3, he could start and keep a constituency clean initiative at the cost of $3.5 million to keep the constituency and roadways clean, right? 4, he can give out 150 grants to $20,000 to grants for the small businesses at a cost of $3 million. 5, there's 7 that you put there. You put 2 4s. Construct a community farm at the cost of $2 million. Next one, election campaign funds, $1 million. And next one, build a homeless shelter at the cost of $1 million. This is going to revive the conversation about campaign finance reform. Because if you're going to have a lot of persons being able to do that, it's going to be crazy.
Too many broke places to go to Parliament to begin with. I like the fact that Tomas is rich and whatever have you, because I can tell you right now, right? I'm very, very we have to be careful with filthy lucre. We have to be careful with greed. We have to be careful with and the lack of integrity going to Parliament. And I'm not saying that he have any of those challenges. I can't accuse him of anything. But the bottom line is, you send broke people to Parliament, they come out rich. You send rich people to Parliament, they get richer. But the reality is, at least they gamble their own money. And in the case of Sabas, we have done this for plenty of persons over the years. We've given them financial access. And in giving them financial access, people go through the gate and they lock the gate behind them. Tiger Penderson, all them people who Pender made rich. I got Celinda right over my head. Celinda made a lot of people rich. They went through the gate and locked the gate behind them. We need Sebastian to open the gate wide for a lot of other entrepreneurs and stuff to get wealthy in this country. Maybe Sebastian will come with some ideas that can actually inspire some other young persons to get wealthy. The bottom line is, my friend, broke people with ideas end up broken. And
my brother,
it's a very difficult situation for me. In terms of being able, it's very conflicting for me. But I'm telling you, man, we gave our entire country has a 75-year head start by white people. We can't catch up, and we've been trying to catch up. I've been trying to catch them all my life. All of Jonas George and all them people, all them white people. They got a 75-year head start on the black people. They take all the land. We've been trying to get something back, and they say every time they try to make ends meet, somebody move the ends. Them bad boys will never come together. And so there are a category of people in this country who endorse Sabas getting involved because we gave Brent Simonet and everybody else an opportunity. And he's living off his father's money. We gave Sir David Noah's daughter Charlotte them all the head start. And they own the country. All the white people own the damn country. When will the behemoth black people get a chance? So if Sabas could take the rest of it, then they didn't freaking take it. The bottom line is, though, we have to give the black people a chance in our country. We have to own something in our country. I'm tired of young people coming back from school and can't go back because they ain't got no money. I'm tired of that foolishness. The white people taking all the damn money in the country. It's time for us to do what we got to do. And so I can tell you right now, my friend, the reason why I'm not on radio is because there's some things I want to say, and I from Woodford, I want cuss. And
you sound like COI there. Oh, this the Sovereign Bahamas. Go ahead.
This is Sovereign Bahamas, buddy. To create the Bahamas, the Bahamas, this is our mission statement. To create the Bahamas, the Bahamas will begin to enjoy, and the nation where the diaspora, those who are abroad, can return home. That's the mission statement. That's what Lincoln them can say. To create the Bahamas, the Bahamas will begin to enjoy, and those who are abroad can return home. That's what God told me to tell the people. He told me to create, he told me to create, move the country from FDI, foreign direct investment, to OYI. Own your identity, own your islands, own your industry, own your investments. That's the mission. That's what Lincoln them couldn't run with. They are the 4 pillars of what we were doing. And so you can't build something of anger, frustration, and agitation. You have to build up a proper spiritual foundation. And that's what they're missing. And so it's good being here. Grant,
I enjoyed this.
Grant that you can send me $5,000 today.
Let's call Sabas together. Let's call Sabas. Sabas, I live in Fort Charlotte. No, I don't.
Because I know Sabas can answer phone.
Call Sabah. Tell him I want him to come on my show. I serious. Send me his number. See me call him. I want him to come sit with me.
Questwell Ferguson is coming on your show.
I know Questwell very well.
Yeah, you told me he'd been on your show before.
I know very well. I know. You told me. I know.
Yeah. Quest is going to come on your show to discuss the Intel key.
I like it. All right, guys. I want to thank you, man. I want to thank you for this kind of a conversation. I really appreciate it. Adrian.
I need to put on some weight when I give me some food.
Call Travis. See, I can't help you because I've been fat from I was young. So call Travis and ask him how he do it. And if you can smoke the grass, stop smoking it. Eat the grass from now on.
If I tell you how Travis did it, would you believe me?
No, I don't want to hear nothing. You didn't tell me DL. You didn't tell me BL. Now you can tell me something else. So I don't want no information from you. I had enough. Thank you, my brother. I do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Francis being able to be here with us. Adrian, I want to thank you so very kindly. I really enjoyed the show today, guys.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead. He's sitting there. Huh?
I want to set up a studio for me. I want to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Come talk to him. I can give you his number.
Okay.
All right. We can talk.
Buddy.
All right. So it's a beautiful day. I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to jam with us. I want to thank you for being able to indulge us for a moment. I know we didn't get in a conversation about the major Junkanoo groups. I had a conversation with someone this morning. Somebody texts and say Travis had 3 meats. Well, I've been eating 3 meats I was eating 2 meats from I was a child. And I big and my brother small. They slim. You would think I was eating their food. Well, sometimes I did. I just won't be decent about it. I just won't be decent about it. In the papers today, started to talk about major groups to sit out Junkanoo, Saxons, One Family Roots, and the world famous Valley Boys will not join the parades. The country's largest and most iconic Junkanoo groups, the Saxons, the world famous Valley Boys, the Roots, and One Family have decided not to participate in this year's upcoming holiday parades, a move that threatens to derail the nation's biggest cultural celebration and deal a heavy blow to vendors and parade organizers. I really don't believe y'all should be having this just from my heart, okay? I don't believe y'all should be having, remember, from my heart, Junkanoo in the middle of downtown like that. I really don't believe it. Now, whatever you would say, oh, the acoustics is great and the sound is great. No, that don't belong to us. It don't belong to us. The allegiance that exists in this particular place, the celebration that exists in this place, the sort of the acquiescence and the genuflection that exists in this particular place, the worship that you yield in this place is none of this for us. None of this for us. You all go shut down Carmichael Road and do it there. You could create that. Go find a place that we've created and identify where is our city central. Yeah, let's bring the Junkanoo over the hill. It's just me. Howard, shut up. You ain't from around. Okay. Sorry. Shut up, Howard. You ain't from around here. Shut your... Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. If you want to continue to be able to celebrate your former slave colonial masters, you go ahead and do that. I'm not going to fight you. I may even come. But it got to be a conscious decision that we all have about the steps that we make to be able to do what we have to do, right? So Bahamas Air, no one was abandoned. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Guys, I understand that this weekend may be a little rainy. The weather may be bad. So I just want you guys to be safe out there and really be able to take care of yourselves in that particular manner. It's 2:00. I want to thank you so very kindly for tuning in with us today. I'm going to see you on Monday. God spare our lives right here on The Foundation.
I have a dream where the powerful and the powerless will sit at the same table, where the haves will see the have-nots, not as burdens, but as brothers, where class will not divide us, but conviction will unite us. I have a dream that the oligarchs will remember we must all eat, that the brown-faced neo-colonialists will remember who they are and whose they are. I have a dream that fraternities will build beyond internal architecture into a national bond, that the walls of design will give way to the bridges of brotherhood, not a fraternity of symbol, but a brotherhood